The fashion industry is the second biggest polluter in the world. However, there's call to change that. I'm putting it to this week's Streetegists to find out their thoughts on ethical and sustainable fashion.
Ethical and sustainable fashion is a revolutionary movement to reduce the industry's carbon footprint. I wanted to ask this week's Streetegists if they were aware about the social change happening in the industry. Streetegist Ella Reid informed me on what qualities define how a garment can become ethical and sustainable.
Who makes it, who sources it, and who sells it as well, and what the blends are. So like cottons, like organic cottons as opposed to polyester, which is plastics and things like that. Like it has a lot to do with personal interest. So I think if you're not interested in something, you're not going to go to it, and it really is just a matter of kind of spreading the word, of telling people you know, or just mentioning things like, for instance, someone coming up being like, I love what you're wearing, you're like, thanks, it's all vintage or it's all from the op shop. And like they're the only places that I'll shop anyway, so I suppose that's when people are like, oh, okay, cool. I've had a few people who've just been like, you have to take me shopping sometime, which is pretty funny.
Strategist Bryony Cox also informed me on ways retailers are being sustainable through recycling.
Do you know about H&M and how they try to do sustainable fashion by encouraging you to recycle the products that you buy from there once you're finished using them, so that they can put them into different products again and recycle them? Do you think it's a good use of resources and reusing what has already been used? Because I do know a lot of it goes to waste. I think it would be really good for more clothing brands to be doing stuff like that, especially if they're on the sort of cheaper scale where it's clothing that you're more likely to get rid of, or it might tear easier or be thrown out easier sort of thing. I think it would be really good for them to do it.
Strategist Ella Barry likes to consider the values of the shop before purchasing.
Yeah, I usually look at the shop's values and ideas on the impact on people and the environment kind of stuff. Usually try to stay away from buying new leather products and yeah, just doing a bit of research I guess about it, but I guess just like resourcing fabrics from sustainable places like sweatshops, avoiding that kind of stuff inside the country, production, that kind
Brooke Hirons and Maddie Monash like to keep their wardrobe sustainable by buying minimal and op shopping.
I like to keep things quite minimal in my wardrobe, so I can have, not so many pieces and not kind of collect too much. The idea of minimalism kind of helps.
Yeah, I guess I like a mixture of kind of op shop bound clothes and maybe a bit of a retro look, but whatever really, I'm a bit easy.
With sustainable and ethical fashion growing in awareness, it's up to consumers to find out the true cost of their clothing. Renee Arndt, reporting for Mojo News.